Hey everybody, welcome to the Get the Rant podcast with your host Grim. I just want to say thank you to all of you who are following me on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and other places. And thank you to all my followers on TikTok as well. It's great to see the platform growing so much. But yeah, this week we got some big news from the Trump administration. As always, it seems to be that every day is a circus, and the orange man is the ringleader of the bunch. So we have Elon Musk still rummaging through everybody's personal data in the government buildings. They have shut down the USAID building. And now they are working on the Department of Education. That was reported today. But some of the bigger news coming out of the Trump administration is that he has signed an executive order to eradicate anti-Christian bias. He has also started a White House faith office. And so we have Trump placating to the Christian nationalists, and he's acting as if the Christians of this country are being discriminated against and being violently attacked, which we know from experience that it is the Christians who do all of the persecuting. And yet, although they persecute so many other groups, they claim that they are the ones always being persecuted. This has been their MO for 2,000 years, of always claiming persecution. We are taking a dangerous step in this country with Trump putting one religion above all the other religions, or no religion at all. And so what is the White House and this new eradicating anti-Christian bias executive order going to be aimed at? Who are they going to target? And what are they claiming is Christian bias? But folks, it is the Christians who are shoving their religion down the throats of every American. It is the Christians who are trying to force religion and prayer back into public schools. It is the Christians who are persecuting the LGBT community. It is the Christians who are attacking single mothers. It is the Christians who are attacking a woman's right to choose and a woman's bodily autonomy. It is the Christians who are attacking every citizen, telling you what you can do, what you can watch, what you can say, what you can do to your own body, what you can put into your own body. It is the Christians who are always the perpetual persecutors. And yet now we have Donald Trump trying to claim that this group are the ones that are being persecuted. And so we all know that the church and the number of people in the United States of America who attend church or believe in any type of God has been dwindling. Those numbers are just dropping. And so in order to combat that, the Christian Taliban is now, with Donald Trump, using the United States government to force people back into church, to force people into submission, to force us all into being believers. These are the same tactics they've always used. Except, of course, in the past, they were much more violent about it. Christianity spread through the world through violence with the help of the Roman Emperor Constantine. But these are the same people who won't bake a cake for a gay marriage, who will deny other people services, and who also want to be able to deny services to patients if a doctor has religious beliefs. But yet, they don't want us to have any type of bias towards them and their crazy ass beliefs. There is nothing worse than having religion married to the state and married to the government. This is where bad shit really begins to happen. It is this unholy marriage, if I will, of religion and state that becomes a serious issue and a serious problem. And it is why the founding fathers of this country did not want the United States government to be picking religions. That's what the First Amendment's about. It's why we're supposed to have a separation of church and state. It is like what Voltaire once said, that if you can get people to believe absurdities, you can get them to commit atrocities. And we have seen that play out all throughout the world from days of old till the present day. It was the Jews with Judaism wiping out entire civilizations according to their book, the Bible. And then you had the Christians that were wiping everybody out with Constantine. And then you have the Muslims who are doing the same damn things. This is what happens when governments are in bed with religion. And it wouldn't be long if these Christians had their way to bring us back to a much more violent year in our history. They would be bringing back burning of so-called witches. They would be bringing back blasphemy laws. I would rather stand on the side of reason over faith. If anybody has spent any time reading these so-called religious, so-called holy books, you will see how disgusting and twisted they really are. Where they promote slavery, they promote incest, they glorify the killing of other nations that are not their own and other people who are different from them. One of the worst things about these religions is they all have an apocalypse. So the Christians believe that an Armageddon has to happen, an Antichrist has to rise. There has to be a great war and a great tribulation to bring back the second coming of Christ. And when you have people like this in power who believe these ridiculous things, and if they are driving the government, they are going to push us into these things because they believe that they are fulfilling some kind of twisted prophecy. The idea of Trump promoting religion on its face is fucking laughable. All you have to do is look at the man and you can tell he's so far removed from religion, he's probably never even read a Bible verse in his goddamn life. And I'm not faulting him for that, but I'm just saying he is placating to an audience. He is saying what needs to be said to keep himself in power because he knows that the religious fanatics, they will fight and die for the person that they think God has set into place. If you just get on YouTube and you start looking at Paula White's videos, you will see what a nut job she really is. I mean, the woman is crazy. She is batshit nuts. But yet this is who is leading this faith organization in the White House. So the religious zealots helped get Donald Trump elected, and now he is paying it forward. And you got to remember, this is all part of the Project 2025 movement with the Christian nationalists. I mean, we need to stop calling them Christian nationalists because what they really are is the Christian Taliban. They want to enforce religious laws on citizens like you and me. They want us to bend our knee to their God, bend our knee to their authority. They don't want us to be free-thinking human beings. They want us to be like them, subservient to a book, to a letter that is meaningless, that is false, that is perverse. I, for one, don't give a shit what type of executive order Mr. Trump happens to sign. I will not bend my knee to the Christian faith, the Muslim faith, the Judaism faith, or any other faith. As Thomas Paine once said, my mind is my church. I will not hand over my critical thinking and my reason skills to a book. I will not hand over authority of my life to a pastor, to a priest, to an imam, or anything else. I will not submit my mind to their will. And people always try to claim how great these religions are and how they make people better. They have all of these stories, but come on. We all know it's bullshit. It's on the news all the time. Sunday school teachers fondling the children. Catholic priest. Look at the shit that's gone on there. We do not want to be under a religious rule in this country. The founders didn't want that. John Adams even said that the United States is in no way a Christian nation. Our founders did not believe in religion and government being in bed together. And this is why. But this is what they're pushing for. This is why you see all the Republicans trying to get the Bible to be taught in our public schools, trying to have prayer taught in our public schools. It's to indoctrinate the younger generation because their numbers are plummeting. Nobody wants to submit to them anymore. Nobody wants to go back to a way of life where a pastor or a priest gets to dictate what is right and wrong for you. But we're heading down this dangerous path, and we need to fight against it. And I, for one, will be supporting the Freedom from Religion Foundation. They do a great job at filing lawsuits when the government oversteps its bounds with religion. And so, but this is the drive. This is the push. Religion as a whole knows it's in the death throes of reason. And so now, if they can't win you over with their words and their flattery, they are just going to force you into submission. They are going to try to grind everybody to dust until we cave in, and they will pass laws for the most absurd shit. They will pass laws against fornicating, against drinking, against swearing. Who knows how far they'll take it? Maybe they don't want us to work on the Sabbath. We're going right backwards. And everybody who says, no, that won't happen, it already has. We've already had all these laws. We've had prohibition laws. We've had fornicating laws. We've had laws to govern what types of sex that you can have with your partner. We've had blasphemy laws. We've burned people alive. So don't tell us that it can't happen, because it has happened and it will happen again if we allow it to happen. The people in the churches, the synagogues, and the mosque all over the world, they want you to believe in their mythical crap so that you will be easily controlled. They want you to believe in the supernatural. They want you to believe in everything that goes against reason. But don't do it. Do not cave in to the ridiculousness that is brought about by religion. It's a trap to enslave, a trap so that they can feel powerful by making you subservient to their points of view, their beliefs that aren't even rooted in factual information. Almost all of these religious texts are easily disproved through science, through reason. Most of them, they should have gone by the wayside a long time ago. But they hold on and they press on and they try to make you feel bad about being a human being. They try to make you feel bad about thoughts that you have. They try to make you feel bad about urges that you have. They try to make you feel bad for simply being born by casting you as a sinner, whether you like it or not. You are the worst of the worst. And your righteousness is like filthy rags before the Lord. That's what they'll tell you. But it's all control and it's all mind games. In America, we need to wake up and we need to fight back against this Christian Taliban that Donald Trump is trying to install into the United States of America's government. This is Grim with Get the Rant. Make sure you guys are following me on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and or TikTok. And I will see you all in the next episode.